Meanwhile, in the House, now you do have legislation that's been filed. State Representative Tom Oliverson, incoming freshman Ellen Troxclair, have both filed bills that would use 90%, I believe, of the surplus revenue for property tax relief. But here are some comments. We'll show you a clip real quick. Here's some comments Speaker Dade Phelan made about those bills earlier this month.
And so I just want to remind everyone that, this money it's in our coffers because of inflation, because of pain. And I've got elected officials who having to take the oath of office saying we need to spend all the revenue on property tax relief. Let me just remind you, none of this money came from property taxes. It all came from sales tax. Now,
when you have the Speaker of the House saying we're not going to get anywhere close, essentially, to using half of that revenue, and in the same time you have the Senate saying potentially $5-6 billion, but we're not going to use the whole $27 billion. What is a Texan who's looking at this upcoming session and saying, I want to get involved in this fight? What should they be talking to lawmakers on right now?
They absolutely should be talking about property tax and demanding. We want a path to elimination. Most fiscal organizations do. We support the surplus buy down, and it's very clear that in the House, based on Phelan's comments, that the want isn't there to use a whole lot of that. And obviously, Patrick came out. Now, Abbott had said he would like to use half of it. It'll be interesting to see what he says in the State of the State. But the best thing taxpayers can do right now, before session starts, is to call Speaker Phelan, call Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, and call Governor Abbott, because they are the ones who are going to be pushing their specific priorities. Abbott will have his State of the State where he lists his priorities. And so we want them to know that this is not enough. $2.5 billion a year in compression is not enough. We need more. We're suffering under inflation, under high gas prices. People are barely making ends meet. We need real property tax reform and real cuts. And that's going to involve a lot more out of that surplus. And quite honestly, a lot more shown of fiscal restraint in our budget, likely either trying to freeze our budget where it's at or come in significantly lower than that spending cap.